What up?
And new AEW World Tag Team Champions, FTR. Welcome to episode 40 of Four Dudes and Wrestling Podcast.
Two dudes, one peep.
I like
Speaking of peeps, did you see they have peep flavored Pepsi?
They did. I want to try it, but
No.
I love peep everything. It's just, and it's kind of hypocritical considering it's a peep and all, but that's overkill as far as sugar goes. I'm just better off eating a package of it.
Right, like but no. Let me turn this off.
The Sting Wrestling.
What's up, folks? Again, like I said, This is episode 40 of Four Dudes in Wrestling. I am 1/4 of your host, King Midas. We have freshly shaved AD over here, whichever way it is for you guys, and then the man with 1,000 names, producer Jay, and Jay Funky may be joining us a little later. But welcome to our podcast after Mania. Now, as you can see in the title, I called it Wrestle Heartbreak because I thought Cody losing was going to be the worst thing of the weekend. Now, granted, as a fan, I hated every minute of Cody losing, but as a storyteller, I loved it. So I'm kind of torn, but I just want to get the elephant out of the room before we talk about the WrestleMania stuff, because there's a lot to unpack.
For a second, I thought you were wearing the dusty polka dots for a second, but
no. King Midas gotta rock the gold all day, every day, you know. But let's
support Cody.
Now, I hope this doesn't, come back to bite me in the ass down the road if my manager stuff does take off and I do get the attention of WWE. But fuck you.
Fuck is he thinking?
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck you. WWE, I love you. I love you specifically, WWE. But this, I almost said a word I shouldn't say on here. But this dude right here,
Mr. Vince becomes Mr. House.
This guy, for me, he reminds me of Andrew Ryan from BioShock. Because I swear to God, if he walks out one day and says, "Would you kindly?" I'm gonna be a little upset. I'm gonna be looking around like somebody coming to get me. But what's up?
What up, Facebook user?
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, like this. I thought I was defeated. Sunday night after the ending, but man, I was questioning what I wanted to. I was like, do I really want to go into? But no, I still do. But after Raw, that was the worst Monday Night Raw in a very long time. Even before Vince left, that was one of the worst Monday Night Raws that I have seen in a very good.
And that concludes episode 40, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want to imagine Linda McMahon as Morticia Adams.
What up? Doing the AEW train now.
I've been
I really think FTR was leaving, and then they saw what happened. They said, "Nah,
yeah, never mind.
We gotta stay up. I'm sorry, we don't want to take the titles, but we gotta stay, man. We gotta figure this out."
They called an audible.
Yeah, because I will say this though, a lot of people are saying that Brock doing what he did was a Vince McMahon thing. No, I don't think that was specifically, because Triple H has said he has like the next year planned out. And what better way to get you back behind Cody Rhodes after having him lose at WrestleMania than to do the John Cena 2012 thing? Because now it's just like now it's just like, this is true though, but it's just like I was wondering. I was like, how?
What's
Hello,
up?
you are very active today. I love it.
I like it.
Right? But
All it took was for Vince McMahon to come back, mustache and all.
so
It was
maybe
either that or the big thing you had on. It's one of the two. Oh God.
But I think that was a great way to reinvest people right back into Cody Rhodes, because here we think, oh, it's about to be this epic match that we have never seen, Brock teaming with Cody, and all Brock did was turn on him. And I think that's kind of having him kind of face Brock Lesnar as a way to kind of prove himself that he should be champion, because we know he should, but there's a lot of people, oh well, he has to face adversity and blah 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 and whatever. But I think Jay yeah but I honestly don't think Jay White would have, unless they had him come in and team with the OC. I think we need AJ Styles back. This is true. The first and last segments of Monday Night Raw were really good. But to me, those were the only two that felt very Triple H. Everything in between, it felt like old WWE, old Monday Night Raw, and I'm just like, I'm not really feeling it. But at the same time, I'm hoping that this right here makes a difference. I don't know if it will, but hopefully with enough backlash coming from coming from Vince being back. Like, granted, they said that Raw's ratings were high on Monday night, but at the same time, nobody liked it. I feel like the drop off, it may have been high for the, people may have left in between, watched the beginning and then came back for the end. But outside of me, like, even I barely didn't even watch it. I was playing Destiny while it was just playing in the background. Because it was just like, I can see what was happening, and with everything that was cut, I mean, like, I really didn't enjoy it.
I feel like
how do y'all feel about?
I feel like Braun not even coming up was a Vince thing too.
Yeah,
because I felt like he was done in NXT, and now he could turn heel. But I
heard Pretty Deadly was supposed to come up too.
Craziness.
So what you're saying is the company's being future endeavored.
Yeah. Yeah, but the NXT felt a lot better than I didn't get to finish it, but because I did a film study yesterday. I can't really say much about what it was about, but I was doing that. So I couldn't watch NDAs and all, but I couldn't watch NXT, so I watched like the first half of it afterwards. So I like what was what's going on with NXT. But what do you guys think, just as far as Vince being back? Do you think, like, overall this is going to harm WWE in the long run, or is it going to be if Vince keeps interfering, and then they start seeing the money go down, the product go down, and all of that other stuff? Will it, this is true. But do you think that it will this? Yeah, I 100% agree with it. I'm not sure if it will be the end of WWE, because something as big as WWE, I think, is going to take a lot to facts. I think it's going to take a lot to actually, destroy WWE, only because, we have to think like, And this is one thing that I'm noticing about fans is American fans think a lot of times we're the only fans. I'm not saying that's everybody, but a lot of times we think that, you know, we're the only people watching the product. There are millions of people around the world that are watching the product that may not even care about all of this behind the scenes stuff that's happening. And I know
Fickle fans.
yeah, this is true. But you also have a lot of people that this is a paycheck, and there's no bigger paycheck right now than WWE UFC, because you know that that's a lot of money. And then especially if people start making appearances on because honestly it would be dope to see Bobby Lashley in a UFC match.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a power slap match.
Raw Underground.
Mm-hmm.
What was that one again? No.
So is this we're one step closer to bringing back the Brawl for All?
I don't know. The only reason I don't know if I can agree with this statement is because, like I said, I've started watching a lot of indie wrestling. I've started watching a lot of wrestling outside of WWE, and I think I wasn't even gonna bring up that company. I was just saying in general.
One of these days you're gonna dedicate an entire episode to it. And it's just gonna be you with a voiceover over that crap for an hour.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying this is everybody. I can only speak on the experience that I have here in America. I know that there are other people around the world that do care, but I also know that there are a lot of people that don't care and they just want the product. I'm not saying that, you know, there aren't people in other countries that don't care about what's going on behind the scenes, but there are also people that they just care about the wrestlers. They just care about the product. They just care about, you know, the pageantry of it all. If you want to call it that. Because there are going to be those super fans like us who are like very vocal, but then there's going to be, you know, people who are just like not necessarily casuals, but they just enjoy it. If that makes sense. But with indie wrestling where it's at, AEW, New Japan, AAA, I don't think that wrestling as a whole is dead, because you have to be willing to look elsewhere. You can't look at one thing and say all of it is dead when there are many other avenues or different promotions out there that are giving off quality matches. Like Vikingo is tearing it up wherever he goes right now. Speedball, Bailey, you know, a lot of indie, like Michigan right now has one of the biggest indie scenes in the country. Like I think there's like around 40 promotions that run out of 40 promotions that run out of Michigan alone. This is true. I will never deny that. It is my dream to work for them one day. So hopefully, you know, maybe that'll happen. Not hopefully, you know, I'm speaking it into, you know, manifestation. You know, I got to make it happen. But oh yeah, WWE. It'll be tough to die, but it's on its way. It's circling the drain. It can be saved, but it's going to take a lot for it to. Because we said WWE was dead many times in the past, and they've always found a way to, you know, bring our attention back. Whether it's through older wrestlers coming back or eventually listening to us, because eventually Vince has got to go. Vince ain't gonna be there forever. That's physically impossible. That is physically impossible for him to be there forever. So it may just be dead for another 10 years, but then, you know, a little morbid, but once he goes, he can't touch it anymore.
If he goes,
but let's get on to WrestleMania. topics.
If he goes, it'll be what's left of Shane McMahon in a wheelchair taking over.
God.
This was a match.
It was.
One of many.
Opening match.
Yeah. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It was just meh.
It's what we expected, kind of.
Yeah. It really was. I could have cared less who won this match. I don't think, because of how Monday Night Raw ended up, outside of Roman and Cody, a lot of the other stuff just didn't carry over. Like, it didn't make sense whatsoever. So him, like, with Ray, like, it didn't really make that was just to progress the feud. Well, I guess Ray and Dom's feud. Because I feel like Bad Bunny's going to be in a match at Backlash. But that match was pretty, meh.
It did what it had to do.
Yeah, I did enjoy this one.
This one
I'm glad the Profits got the Mania win. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, those other ones are definitely. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that, and it definitely was a passing of the torch, for sure. I don't know if Austin will have the same type of career as John, but I can definitely see him being that person. But I'm glad the Profits won this one. I really like where the Viking Raiders are right now. Like, what they're doing is pretty good, but the Street Profits definitely needed this win because they've had a lot of, major losses in the past year. So they definitely needed this Mania win. What match was after this one? I can't remember.
This
was it.
I want to say it was either that or the women's match. I want to say the women's tag match, rather.
We'll go to this one because this is the one I kind of want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
This match was, both entrances were great in my opinion. Like, I love the Dom coming out like he's a red. Like, that was pretty cool. And then Ray coming out with Snoop Dogg, and then the Viva La Raza hits. And he's in a like both entrances were great in my opinion. Oh, look at that! We stopped talking about that.
Ray kind of rocking a little bit of the Muto mask.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, oh, that's a nice mask. I hope they sell that one. I don't know if they will, but it'd be cool to have like that version of it. But I think this match was actually pretty good.
If you know one thing about it, father-son issues brought to you by Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
And I think I was okay with it once they said Rey Mysterio is, kind of signed with them as like a spokesperson. So I was like, okay, I understand it. And I heard that was Sol Roca in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch costume. But when Rey Mysterio literally took off his belt and I was like, this is, and Michael Cole was losing
his reaction, while he was standing up.
I have to say that Michael Cole, right now, I hope Vince does not tell him to calm down, because he has been one of the best parts of pay-per-views where he is just losing it like a fan would lose it. And I am 100% down, and I hope that he doesn't change that, because if Michael Cole calms down, oh my God, no, please don't. But overall, this was a solid match. I really like this one way more than the first match. Oh no, that cereal's not getting buried. Trust me. I mean, it is in a certain way, but I think the this match was, like I said, really solid, and it was a good match. I like the interactions with the people, kind of Bad Bunny kind of helping by taking the chain away, and I don't know, because that was one hell of a throw that Dom did with the water and his sister, because he got a whole bunch of it in her mouth. She had to spit it out, and I was like, that was one hell of a throw. Like, I don't know what her like. It was just the way that it happened was funny to me. But what do you guys think of this match overall?
I really liked it. My third favorite match of the night.
Okay,
I liked it too.
Producer Jay?
I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit more physical, even for a Ray match, but it was basically just there to kind of get Dominic to go toe to toe with his dad. So
Yeah,
I get what they were doing.
yeah, for sure.
Don't buy generic. That's how your kids will resent you.
This match, it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I like the little twist. Hold on. Yes. This is the best Michael Cole I've seen, honestly, since when he was a heel. Because like I loved Michael Cole as a heel. Like that was hilarious to me. But yeah, definitely. This match was pretty good. I like the little KSI twist because I was like, okay, that has to be Jake Paul in there, just because he was there when he fought Roman. I think I was like, has to be Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Then when the little cap or whatever popped off, I was like, oh, they got KSI for this. I was like, okay, that was pretty good. And then the fact that KSI took the bump and not Seth, I liked it. I did. I don't think I've not enjoyed a Logan Paul match. I think I've enjoyed all of his matches. I still don't really like him that much as a person, but as a wrestler, he's okay in my book. What do you guys think of this match?
It's a good match. It's what I expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Probably the match, one of if not the match of the weekend.
Yeah, hands down. The way Charlotte landed on her face and just kept going. That is there are two people. When once the other match comes up and we talk about that one, oof. But this match, yeah. Outside of storyline purposes, this would have been a great main event as well. So this being a toss up kind of between this and the other championship match definitely would have been this would have definitely been a good main event. And I also I think, what is it, today is her birthday? Happy birthday, Charlotte. I think it's today.
Yeah, 37, I think.
Yep, happy birthday, Charlotte Flair.
Did she also request some time away from the company too? So perfect timing on that one.
I know, right? Didn't she just come back?
I think this is Charlotte. I think she can so AD, that means when you start wrestling,
I need a manager.
right here. I'm right here. I got you. I give you a discount as well.
I like it.
But yeah, this was a solid match. I was really rooting. I knew they weren't going to win.
And now the superior women's match.
I really just wanted, honestly, because I wanted Dakota. I really wanted Dakota to get a WrestleMania win. And Io, because I don't think neither one of them have had a WrestleMania win. Everybody else in this match has. I really wanted a WrestleMania win for Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I still think, because if they do something with Damage Control, Kai and Sky, I'm telling you, that's a dope name right there, Kai and Sky. Like, look, make it happen. I thought that's, they're missing out on the opportunity right there, but I really did enjoy this match. Again, I still wish that Kai and Sky would have got a championship, or a WrestleMania win, but it is what it is. It'll be interesting to see how they take this storyline with Lita and Trish, because as of right now, they're there for the foreseeable future, so they're going to be there at a couple of shows. Can't forget about
Mm-hmm.
the best surprise return of the evening. No, I'm just kidding. I like how he said he's in his WrestleMania shirt and he's looking for a WrestleMania match. This was okay. I mean, it was just filler, you know.
Speaking of filler, yes, they did.
Yeah, it did. It really did work hard, that match, because I'm like, something's about to pop out.
When she was upside
it's
down,
inevitable.
and they were holding it down.
But this match,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think the right people won this match. It gives KO a title for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah, something like that.
This one's where is it? This one's for Jay Funky.
Mm-hmm.
This one's for you, brother. But it's still weird though that like it feels like Kevin Owens is like he will turn at some point. That's what it feels like.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I feel like there's a turn coming. I wouldn't be surprised if it did, and that's how, you know, the titles get either separated or move on to somebody else. But there's a turn coming.
Ooh, that would be a
And,
good way to do that. Since you mentioned that, like they turn on each other, and then one takes the Raw tags and one takes the SmackDown tags, and that's how you split them.
And then they just got to find another partner.
It'd be interesting.
Prize Vance.
Oh god.
Jump scares.
We gotta-
If that stays in there, I'm telling you, it's gonna be jump scares.
Vince McMahon's gonna book it so KO for whatever reason joins the Bloodline.
Oh god.
Now,
Make it happen, Vince.
this match,
Defy all logic.
it actually, like, I didn't hate it. Brock took a lot of bumps in this match.
So did Almost.
Yeah, but I think he should have been more than one F5 to be. But also, that is a lot of weight hitting the mat, so I can kind of understand that because that's a big dude. All that weight hitting the mat.
Too, so
Yeah. So this match was actually pretty good. Better than I thought it was going to be. Omos did do his thing in this match. So yeah, most definitely this was a good match. What do you guys think?
Pretty good.
I liked it too. It basically show that Omos. Shout out to the rest of the Homo sapiens out there. Can actually
Right.
bump. He can do all that stuff. I always get a kick out whenever he talks shit in the middle of a match, so I always love that.
Yeah. Yeah. This one. This match was supposed to go a lot longer, but props to Finn Balor, man. This man to me pulled the Sabu. Because he
Got Matt Hardy.
yeah, he like his head got split open and then they numbed it up and then stapled it and then he continued the match.
He pulled a SummerSlam 2016 Universal Championship match versus Seth Rollins. Finn Balor back out.
Because I was like, where did this blood? And I was trying to see where the hit, like, where the blood was coming from. Because I was like, where is it? Like, I couldn't see it. I didn't realize it was in his hair. So, like, that's why you couldn't see it. But,
This would have happened if they would have used a purple or a red ladder.
right. But this match was really good. I wish it could have gone the full length. But what was that? The coup de grace off of the that he tried to do through the table, off the cage. I was like, okay, Finn. That was after getting your head split open. That's like what with Beth Phoenix when she split her head open during the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
Kept
yeah.
going. So like, I wish this match could have gone longer, but we may not see Finn back for at least another week or two. I wouldn't be surprised if right now, going into Backlash, it's just Dom and I almost said Dom Toretto. That's a whole nother franchise. Dom and what is his name? Damian. Dom and Damian. I wouldn't be surprised if they just
Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a good match. Which is looking like that's going to happen, and I will stand by this 100%. When Bad Bunny gets, because Bad Bunny's going in the Hall of Fame. When he goes in, honestly, I don't think he should go in as a celebrity. I think he should go in as a wrestler because this man has put in the work as a wrestler. Like whenever it's time for him to do he is committed. So like I feel like within the next couple of weeks, he's going to be training again almost every day, you know, if he's going to be in that match at Backlash, because Bad Bunny has hands down been the best celebrity to touch wrestling, honestly, since Andy Kaufman. Like that was that committed, like Andy Kaufman was. I definitely think that Bad Bunny is going to do a lot when he can for WWE. What the hell?
The Knicks.
Piss match.
Yeah, that.
Oh God.
You can't blame him. You can't blame him for that one.
I'm not, but that's how I feel right now. But that match, the fact that I think Ronda is still injured and they kind of had her prancing around the ring the entire time. She didn't really do much, and then she got the win off of that BS finisher. Let me bend your arm the way it's supposed to go, because yeah, that hurts. No, it doesn't. No.
Oh God.
But this match.
Oh yeah, the set.
Oh yeah.
This and the Rhea Ripley Charlotte match is like
Slapomania over here, or Chopomania.
Yep.
Because this match, woo. Damn, this was a good match.
Yeah.
Even the odd man out, Drew held his own.
Mm-hmm. I really, like, as much as I didn't want Drew in this match, sorry, I was reading some of the for what like as much as I didn't want Drew to be a part of this match, he still made it exciting. All of them did, because when they weren't they both doing like moves on the rope or something at one point?
Mm-hmm.
And then Sheamus with what 29.5 on Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the new swing right there, since they don't have Cesaro anymore. They got to use that as the the how high can he get with that. But this was a good match. This was one of the better matches of the entire weekend for sure.
Facts.
What do you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Now, I didn't realize how emotional this match, not the match itself, but the dance team that was with Bianca was going to get. Because at first I was like, oh, dope. They got a dance team. Oh, that's cool. But then when I found out what Triple H said
about the one girl's mama,
yeah,
was,
and then how she went out there, not all smiles, no tears, no sadness. She knew like her mother would not want her to miss this opportunity.
Yeah.
And like when I heard that, oh, please believe I got teary-eyed. I was emotional because I was like, she looks like she is what, 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. Like she is very young, and she lost her mother at a very young age. But that day won't also be the saddest day of her life. It will also be a day where, you know, she overcame adversity and wowed the entire world. She performed not only in front of 80,000 plus people, but millions of people watching around the world. And honestly, millions more who are going to watch that clip afterwards.
Yeah, she's basically immortalized at this point.
Exactly. I look just like the kid who just got the next in line for Popeyes, because you know he was the kid where he had the where he burnt something or whatever, and he kind of looking off to the side, but he's like a defensive lineman or something now in college, and Popeyes gave him a next in line deal. WWE, give her a next in line right now. Make sure she is good for the rest of her life, because that alone has solidified her. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing her in, you know, reality TV or, you know, something like that later on down the line. But I really hope I get to see her again doing stuff. But to this match here, I enjoyed it. I knew Bianca was going to win because I feel like this is the new streak. It's still the best picture though. All the other pictures are just off, but this one is the best one. Anyway, I think that this is the new streak. You think they're going to keep this streak going, where whether she's champion or not, but just like Bianca becomes the person to beat at WrestleMania? You think that like that's going to happen with her?
I think so.
I guess it depends on what kind of competition you're going to have for her, like year in, year out, because I feel like unless it's like a title match like this, you can't really. I don't know how you're going to try and trade it out for years out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how, but I think that her of all people, like, this is something, because she is the EST, just because of her skill set, her build, I think it will be believable. Her being just one of the most dominant women in at WrestleMania, like, I can definitely see that. Even if they kept it going for 10 years, 10, up to 10 manias, like, I can definitely see that happening. But what did you guys think of the match, though?
It was pretty good.
That's my favorite.
I wonder who she gonna lose to.
Right. Now let's get to the moment, the best moment of the entire weekend.
Oh, I thought you were going to click on the Vince graphic again, aren't you?
Close.
It pretty much everything summed up. It can very much be summed up with one picture. That's the weekend in a nutshell.
I totally missed what happened to Shane because I looked away for a split second, and I'm like, "Why the hell is Snoop? Why did Snoop just punch the Miz?" I was like, "What is going on?"
That's a hell of a way to call an audible.
But for Snoop Dogg to get in the ring and just kind of instinctively take over, and he's like, "No, you gonna knock him out like that? No, it ain't going down like that." I was like, "Yeah," and then you can hear the ref going, "People's elbow."
Yeah.
And then he did the sorriest people's elbow. But what I did love though, because since it was all improv, he tried to find the armband, but when he didn't have one, he was like, "You know what?" Through the glasses, I was like, okay.
I was expecting his eyes to be more bloodshot, but it is what it is.
Last year we had the worst stunner in the history of Stone Cold Stunners, and this year it was Stone Cold's reaction that made it worthwhile. It was like, what? But this year we had the worst people's elbow, but because of the situation, it was still one of the best moments of the entire weekend.
It's the McMahon family quads strike again.
you got Triple H, you got Vince, and now Shane has joined the party. Steph, it's your turn next. I'm sorry.
I should have added. I wish.
Knock on wood, but Triple H's kids, hope y'all get some strong knee muscles.
I shared it in
Because
the,
y'all DNA got some bad luck with thank you. I needed that because that was a good laugh right there. But
I got a kick out of the Photoshop that I posted in the chat a few days ago after this, where somebody photoshopped a basketball player crossing over.
yeah,
Basically breaking these ankles.
because this moment was so good, and it was because Snoop Dogg was able to like see that something happened, and he brought the attention to himself with that first sorry punch. You need to chill with the jokes, man. Did she already do? Oh no, that was Charlotte that did that. Never mind.
Imagine if Snoop's punch actually would have legit knocked out Miz again. Be like, oh god, we'd have two people
but
lying in the ring.
you know what was crazy though? I thought it was planned because the night before, Cody Rhodes gave Snoop Dogg his golden championship back, and he said Miz had it. I thought it was planned. I thought I didn't know that one. But I thought it was planned because of that video where Cody Rhodes was like, yeah, the Miz had it. He was like, Snoop Dogg was like, yeah, Miz, we're gonna have to talk about this. We supposed to be homeboys and blah blah blah. And so I was like, y'all not gonna acknowledge that video? So I thought this was in relation to that. So it was a happy accident, with that video and then this, because I think a lot of people may have just thought that was, until they realized Shane was injured, probably thought that was,
the way he
supposed
tried
to
to
happen.
awkwardly get up and fold it like a pretzel. It was just
Yeah,
like, what the fuck
he did exactly what Vince did. He did exactly what Vince did when he popped his. He's like,
Vince was he was sitting down like looking like a child on the
Shane
ground.
was like, oh my, Shane, this is not a sign to stay out of the ring from here on out. Your knee said, nah, bro. We not doing this again. Better sit your butt down. Don't you ever come back.
When he does, he's gonna be rocking that mustache.
But this match, again, as a fan, I hated everything about this match.
Even the chicken thrown in the ring at the end.
No, that was perfect.
That's the long-term storytelling.
Right, and I read though that was aimed for Roman. God just had really bad aim and it hit Cody. I know Cody was down there laughing, bro. He had to have been laughing. Yeah, he did. I went back and watched it, and just real quick on that one, because I didn't watch that one because I didn't have the money to pay for it, and I just didn't feel like watching it on the whatever. But I watched his brother was laying like on the ground just in the view of where it happened. So his brother saw the snap as it happened, and I was like, oof. And he put his head down because he knew like there's nothing he could do at that point. But I hope he gets well soon, because I saw him live. Get you ready back in production. I saw Top Flight live at Warrior Wrestling. And when I tell you that he is phenomenal live just as he is on TV, I really hope that he gets well soon. And I hope this does not end his career, knock on wood, because he is one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW right now. So I hope he does get better soon. But this match, Roman, you can fix your face, because you over there looking like you're trying to push out a nugget on the toilet, man. You need to chill. But that too, this entrance also got me, because when the way that his daughter was just like, come on, daddy, like, come on, pick me up, come on, you know what? Like, I was like, oh my god, like, in 10, not 10, but like in like 15, 20 years, because I got a feeling she gonna start young. She gonna start training at like 15, 16. I feel like it. But I guarantee, like, I see her, Becky and Shane's. This is a generation coming up. Becky and Seth's kid, some of Matt Hardy's kids, Cody's daughter. I guarantee you, we're going to see all of those kids, if not all, some of them, if not all of them, wrestling in the future. But that was a touching moment, and like you said, to have -1 there.
I don't think it was.
Yes and no.
AEW. I don't think.
Wait a minute. So isn't he the first contracted AEW talent to appear in any capacity on during a WWE live event?
Well, you've had Andrade and Alistair at, I think, the past 2 years at the Hall of Fame.
That's the Hall of, like, that's not like a live event though. I mean, like,
but on stage with all the other WWE superstars.
I mean, yeah, but they were there because, you know, family, like, they're married to people in WWE.
But they also got kind of ragged on a little bit with the Hall of Fame. I mean, you had Dom and Rhea next to each other, and Buddy looking like the third.
He's just right there.
They don't even acknowledge Andrade; they just zoom in on her face.
Yeah, but yeah. So and that's what I mean. Like, with those other guys, they kind of made it so you couldn't really see them. They couldn't do that with -1 or with his Brody Lee's son, because he was right there and, you know, interacted with Cody. So I think that I don't think Tony can be mad at that, because he also knows people in WWE. Because you got to remember, he was, you know, running around backstage at WWE long before he was running around backstage at AEW.
Mm-hmm. It was a touching moment.
Yeah, AD, that's different.
It was a touching bit for an otherwise lame Cody Rhodes entrance. I mean, the Angel's Wing didn't really go anywhere. I was hoping he would bring out like the old entourage he used to have, complete with Pharaoh getting the shit scared out of him by Pyro. You know, the usual.
But I see where all the Pyro budget went, because yeah. It was just an extra amount of pyro, and then Roman's entrance.
Something.
Why is it that once Roman beat Undertaker, his WrestleMania entrances have to be stupid long? Like, now he's the king of stupidly long for no reason, where nothing happens, where he's just walking. And I didn't like the pianos in the beginning until it, like, really got to his music. I was just like,
they would have been cool if they didn't zoom in and show them that they were digital pianos. If they would have been like actual grandfather piano, or whatever they're called, pianos, I would have enjoyed it a little more.
Yeah. But
a little bit.
The match was phenomenal. I really did enjoy this match. Again, as a storyteller, I love this match. As a fan, I'm heartbroken. I understand why Cody didn't win that night, but also, damn, they had us like in so many moments where it was like, oh, he almost had it. Like, I love matches like that where it's like they're this close, but as far as I'm concerned, story wise, Roman ain't the best. If you need your people to help you win the match, no, I'm gonna tell you what I told the people on Twitter. Anybody holding their fingers up after that match, after that match and on Monday Night Raw, they use that finger to dig up their nose and eat the boogers. Yeah, I said it. Oh, little salty booger finger. I said it. It was go ahead.
Roman got attacked too. It wasn't just Cody. People don't acknowledge that.
But they only came out because the Usos broke sales came out. the Usos lost their goal. Y'all shouldn't even be out there. Nah, bruh. Get out of here. Y'all lost. Go home.
I like how Solo had the basically.
You're right. It wasn't time for him. That don't mean I'm still not heartbroken though. Like I said, as a storyteller, I know it wasn't time. But as a Cody fan, damn it.
At the end of the day, between Cody losing in the main event in heartbreaking fashion and then getting beat up by Brock Lesnar 24 hours later, this all stems from that little bit that he had in AEW where he took the sledgehammer to the throne.
Yeah.
So this Triple H holding a grudge for how
Triple H is like, I'm gonna get you. Don't you worry. I'm gonna get my payback.
He's like, you got to be faster than that.
I definitely am
on WrestleMania main event and Raw main event. How about that?
Yeah, I definitely am excited to see where this storyline is going to go, because if they're really like, trying to draw it out to make sure he is like kind of that, like going through all that adversity, that top tier stuff, I'm here for it, because I think that yeah, I can totally agree. But yeah, this match was really solid. And I thoroughly did enjoy the roller coaster that this match gave me, because that right there is why I say it'll be a while before WWE will ever truly die, because as Triple H is not the best booker. Sadly, let's look at Hit Row, Karrion Kross, Bray Wyatt. There's a lot of examples as to stuff
division
not working. Exactly. But this right here, if they can at least keep storylines like this golden, because I still stand by when I say this is still the best storyline, and now the fact that they have integrated this into Cody Rhodes into this whole bloodline thing, while ending the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens stuff. Like, I think that's like masterful storytelling right there. Mr. This guy, please, I'm begging you, take your head out of your ass. Listen to the fans. Let Triple H do what he does. I don't care if you do, like, if you do Raw, you can have an hour on Raw. I'll give you that. The middle hour. You can have the middle hour on Monday Night Raw. It's something.
He's just gonna undo what happened before it.
But please, for the love of God, if you love money, stop. Stop, because Triple H has done for WWE in the last year what took you years to do.
And now he's back to inject some poison into his company.
Because let's be real, WWE didn't really get good, if I'm being honest, even though I wasn't there for the most, but I went back and watched a lot of the stuff. It wasn't popping until the Attitude Era. That was when WWE, and that was what, like 10, 15 years after he already started WWE. Like, yeah. Yes. And exactly, it's for that 15, however many years up until the Attitude Era, because the first WrestleMania was like, was it the 70s or the 80s? Like early 80s?
The first WrestleMania, mid 80s.
40 years ago next year.
So yeah, if you got, like, it took almost 10 plus years for WWE to get solidified, and then Vince, you shit the basket, you shit the bed, you whatever, and then it was bad until Triple H took over, and then this past almost year has been the best that WWE has ever been. And Vince, please stop. Like oh my God.
To his credit, though, I mean Triple H can't book women, and
No.
and Vince, considering all of his faults when it comes to women, he's a much better booker of women. Go figure with that one.
But let's be real, Shawn Michaels is a better booker of women than both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the women down in NXT killing the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Killing the game. 85. Okay. I didn't think we probably wasn't gonna have time for we can do a quick recap. But I just wanted to see what this said.
Yeah, there's no LA Knight, was there?
It was supposed to be, but as far as just some
we got Bobby
just
Lashley,
some quick yes, and then 85 was the year that the first WrestleMania was. So Attitude Era didn't really pick up until 97, 98 really, right? So
yeah, there was like that little brief period in the mid 90s where they kind of went a little Memphis-y before they went full Attitude Era.
Yep, and from like I want to say like 97 to 2001 was really like the years where WWE was popping off. But what was I saying? Oh, NXT. I didn't get to watch all the matches because I was at work, so I went back and watched some of them. The women's ladder match, loved it. Tiffany Stratton went for a spot and everybody wasn't there, so I'm glad she's okay. My girl Indy Hartwell won with the help of Dexter Lumis. It got a little questionable with the positioning of Dexter Lumis, but
slid in the
right,
ring.
he's just like, I'm right here. But I love the fact that Indy Hartwell is champion, and then even though it wasn't intentional, she's out here repping indie wrestling, because that's her nickname now, indie wrestling. At least that's what the fans call it. When people look up indie wrestling, they're going to be like, oh, what's this? Here's, ready for it?
Oh shit, sorry.
Here's Warrior Wrestling. But the North American title, the 5-way match. Yes. Oh yes. Hands down. I'll have to watch some Attitude. Actually, I think I have an Attitude Era DVD that I can watch. There's probably documented stuff already on Peacock. But yeah, these are good ideas. So yeah, let's do that kind of in the build up to, throughout the weeks. Let's look at some old stuff and talk about some of the older stuff, because it shit happening really right now anyway. But the 5-way match was really dope. And then Carmelo Hayes winning the championship from Bron Breakker. Bron is a heel now, but it's after what happened with his dad over the weekend. Ooh-wee. I'm so I'm not sorry, for Rick Steiner. I'm sorry that it happened, but I think you done, Rick. You can't come back from that. Like, I'm sorry, you cannot come back from what you did. No way. But yeah, NXT is really good right now.
And that's really saying something when you got Scott Steiner on the other side of your family saying just this dumb shit for 20, 30 years with a lot on live television.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think with that, it is time for, where is it at? Our moment of the week. What's your guys' moment of the week?
The my moment of the week is our final.
Bye.
He
may hop back in.
Yeah. My moment of the week is our remaining graphic that's sitting there ready to go for like the 5th or there it is. I just love chaos, so let's just let the fun begin.
Maybe that'll be a running gag. We just leave that there, and then at least once an episode we get just in the middle of surprise Vince.
Whenever something
Actually, yeah, let's
something stupid happens, we'll just bring that up. Yep.
Yeah. Whenever we feel like, you know, something Vince related happened in the past week, surprise Vince. Now, what about your moment of the week, AD?
Roman beating Cody.
Rip. Okay. You know, I can't that's your moment of the week. I can't be mad at it.
I like Cody. I just don't see him as WWE champion. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have been there. Like Jinder Mahal should have never been champion.
Oh, for sure,
yeah. So there's a lot of people. I think
the gender.
I think though for the story, I do think that A Rhodes does need to be a champion in WWE just so that name, that family can have that legacy. And we can't wait for Liberty. That's another 20 years or so, 20 plus years. But I think it would solidify the fact that for me, Cody Rhodes leaving and then proving himself that he is, he can be a factor in professional wrestling. That alone for me is why I think he should be champion. But my moment of the week is the little girl dancing to me for her mama. That moment is the moment I think I can, like, nothing can top that for me. Just knowing what she went through and to go out there and do that, and to see her excitement. But for honorary moment of the week, because I do want to point this out. I know I've talked about this guy and this wrestling club a lot, but this past weekend he was able to take some of his kids from the wrestling club to Los Angeles this weekend. Look, we got some fans or watchers. They have some moments of the week too. We got the UK. UK still in the show at Mania, and Shane tearing his quad. So yeah, I'll allow it.
And one more for me. The world needs more Conan in their life after that little
yes
for Ray.
Yes, his Hall of Fame speech for Ray. Oh, chef's kiss. But with the wrestling club, it was so nice to see them have that opportunity. And I will say this, because he said he wants to try to take all of his wrestling club to Philly next year for WrestleMania. So if they make a GoFundMe, if they make some sort of, please believe I'm going to be pushing that, because I want all of those kids to go to WrestleMania next year, because that's the one that I'm going to try to go to, especially if I graduate from wrestling school. So it's going to be a lot of people I can put, promote myself out to. Like, hey, look, you need a new manager. I'm that new hotness. Come on. I graduated from House of Truth, hopefully, But yeah. So this was episode 40 of Four Dudes in Wrestling. So we are King Midas, freshly shaved AD, the man with 1,000 names, producer Jay. And this has been Four Dudes in Wrestling. Four Dudes,